Justin, how bitter of a pill is that one to swallow? What did Coach tell you guys in the locker room after the game?
Yeah, I mean, it always sucks losing. I think as a whole, I think we played hard, we played physical, and I think we surprised a lot of people out there today. So that's one positive you can look at it, but you really just got to go back, see what we could, improve on, we could do better at, and, Coach is just relaying that. We're not into moral victories, as he told us. It's all about winning the game. And but like I said, we did have a lot of positives out there today, and some stuff to clean up as well. So just got to keep getting better.
Yeah, even without the moral victory, as you said. I mean, I know the NFL is a cut and dry, results-oriented business, but to run the ball the way that your team did, also to lose AVT this week, and still put together a new offensive line, yourself, Brees, the running game as a whole. I mean, that there has to be a ton you guys feel like you can build off of.
Most definitely. Like we said, we always are going to lean on that run, and then, everything else opens up after that. So I definitely think the O-line did a great job adjusting late in the week. Brees and Braylon, they did their thing on the ground today, and like I said, we just got to keep doing the same thing and keep building and keep getting better.
And we saw that Ohio State chemistry as well. You, Rucker, Garrett Wilson, obviously. You got a Ohio State guy snapping you the ball now.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a bunch of Buckeyes here, and we're all close, and so just gonna keep doing and keep building that camaraderie with the team and stuff like that. But like I said, it's all about getting better.
Thank you for the time. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Here with Quinnen Williams. Quinnen, 4 sacks as a defensive line unit today. What was working so well for you guys as you were rushing as a unit?
Just rushing together, doing the things that we needed to do, and our plan this week and the things we went over, and just rushing together. You got a guy, Will McDonald, is an unbelievable pass rusher, I feel like. And you got a guy like Jermaine Johnson who's coming back, an unbelievable player also. And then you got myself just doing the things I can do when it come down to pushing the pocket and defeating the double teams. And when we all rush together, we all can get a chance to affect the quarterback. So
I know you've only gotten to practice with him. You haven't gotten those game reps yet until today with Harrison Phillips next to you. What was that dynamic like for you?
He's an unbelievable player, and you can see it on the field. You can see it at practice. You can see it every single day. We got a lot of things to clean up, me, myself included, the whole defense included, but it's going to go in the right direction. I feel like our DNA is heading us, going to take us to the right direction. We just got to clean up the small things that make teams lose games. So
I know this is a frustrating loss. It comes down to the wire, only by a couple points. What can you take from this game that you did well as a defense and use it as you host the Bills next week?
We got to do the things to not lose games, and that's the main thing we got to focus on. We did a lot of good stuff today, but the small things, the things that make teams lose games, we unfortunately did today, and we got to get those things out of our DNA and out of our system. So,
awesome. Appreciate the time, Q.
Thank you.
Here with Joe Tippmann. Joe, a lot of movement on the line for you guys this week with AVT's injury. What was it like for you shifting over? I know you were taking a lot of snaps at center. You did have to play guard at one point with John Simpson out.
Yep.
What was it like for you in today's game?
It was good, just being able to take the field. I had, those opportunities that I was able to get out there at left guard during camp. So, it's a little bit different of a transition, but, put my head down, got to work. I hate to see, what happened to AVT. That's a devastating hit for the O-line, not only as a player, but as somebody who's a leader in the room. And so, we know we got to step up and, we're doing this for him. But, I just got to answer the call when something like that happens. And, I got to keep getting better each week. I know what I put on tape isn't what I'm going to put on tape next week. So I know that I got to keep growing and keep growing at the position because it's going to be a long year.
Your quarterback, Justin Fields, kept you guys close in this game the whole way. 2 rushing touchdowns for him, almost 50 yards of rushing yards for him. What did you like about him and his pocket presence and how kind of calm he kept the huddle today?
Yeah, I was extremely proud of his composure and the way he kind of comes into the huddle every single play, no matter what the situation is. He was on attack mode the whole time. We were going out there to win the whole game. There was no we were back on our heels or anything. So I love what he's doing, and he's such a great quarterback, such a great dude, and I can't wait for our relationship with him as an O-line just to keep growing and keep getting better.
I know it's not the end result you guys wanted, but what did you think of the offensive line as a unit today? You guys kept a very impressive defensive line on the Steelers side of the ball pretty quiet today.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a credit to, what we were able to do this week and, our coaches, getting us ready for the game. So, extremely proud of what we put on tape individually as, as an O-line. But, we know we got to put our heads down and get back to work and, kind of clean up the mistakes and then just get better at the things that, that we did do good at. We can always get better.
Awesome. Appreciate the time, Joe.
Yeah, thank you.
Here with Josh Myers. Josh, a lot of mixing up on the offensive line heading into this week with Elijah Vera-Tucker going out. What was it like for you today taking those snaps at center? I know you've been doing it all training camp.
Yeah, it was, my heart's broken for AVT, for starters. He's just a great person who didn't deserve what happened to him. So that's unfortunate, but it was great getting out there today. Obviously not the outcome we wanted, but I had a lot of fun playing with everyone, and I'm excited for what we have to bring the rest of the season.
Over 400 yards of total offense that this team racked up today. What was that difference for you guys out on the field?
Oh, man, I just think we got so many playmakers, They were doing a great job dishing the ball around, and everyone who had the ball in their hands was just they can make some plays.
It's a frustrating loss in one like this one where it's a close game right at the end of the game. What is the difference in a game where both teams are scoring over 30 points and it comes down to the wire like that?
Just all the minute details that seem minute in the moment, that every little thing, once it's that tight, every little thing can make the difference in the game. So just the details.
I know it was not his first game, but his first official regular season game. Armand Membu, what'd you think of him kind of making it a quieter day for TJ Watt?
Yeah, he's a super talented. Membu is a super talented guy, and he's got such a bright future. I'm excited to watch the film, actually, because I would agree. I thought it was a quiet day for him, which is a real good thing if you're the right tackle. So, I think the future's real bright for him.
Awesome. Appreciate the time, Josh.
Yeah, thank you.